New York Magazine published a massive profile of Republican lawmaker Nancy Mace, and, like all the other profiles they've done recently of high-profile Republicans, it wasn't flattering at all. In fact, multiple former staffers of Mace all expressed their intense concern about her mental state. They believe she is definitely a little insane. And I don't mean that as like, oh man, you're insane. That's crazy, bro. No, I mean, literally, they think there is something wrong with her brain and that she cannot function as a normal person anymore. Now, we have seen in the last 12 months, the most outrageous behavior by any Republican lawmaker in Washington, D.C. has come from Nancy Mace. Right? She had that famous fight with the Charleston airport police that she insisted, I'm going to sue you guys for being mean to me. And of course, the time when she shook the hand of a transgender rights activist and then showed up for the next few days with her arm in a sling. And that wasn't even the first time last year that she faked an injury. It wasn't the last time either. And those are just several of the events that took place last year that left everybody questioning her sanity and drove a lot of her staff away. But here are some of the quotes from her staffers in this New York Magazine piece that I want to read. One of them says, looking at the floor speech and what went on there, it's very clear that that was the breaking point to me. Because you've now gone from standing up for people, whether rightfully, wrongfully, performative or not, you were on this mission, and now this is about you. The whole frame shifted, and she centered herself in it all. That's when it became apparent to me that this is broken. Now, the floor speech that staffer is talking about is one that took place last February, where she got on the floor of the House and accused her ex of sexually assaulting her, which is a very serious allegation, and it can be obviously a very traumatic experience for somebody. So if she's telling the truth, and I have to say that's a pretty big if considering how her mental state is, then that would explain it though, right? If she went through an event like that, that can lead to PTSD. It can lead to, all sorts of very intense psychological problems. But still, those are psychological problems that need to be addressed and worked through to the degree that they can be worked through. But another one said this, she's deteriorated and it sucks. Fair enough. Something's broken, said another staffer. The motherboard's fried. We're short-circuiting somewhere. And then the New York Magazine piece goes on to detail that she likely abused house rules by ordering staffers to bring liquor to keep parties going well past midnight at her home, and routinely made aides clean up her Airbnb rental properties instead of paying for a maid. She was obsessed with monitoring her reputation online and instructed staffers to set up burner accounts to defend her or boost her performance on Reddit forums dedicated to the hottest women in Congress. Another staffer said, we were scared of her. She would make staffers cry. She would threaten to fire them, take their money away, not give them raises, not give them days off, religious days. Another staffer said, the closer you get to her, the harder she messes up your brain. It's a classic story of never meet your heroes. Okay, why would Nancy Mace even be your hero, though? Like, even before she went, totally off the deep end, why would you look at her and be like, that's my hero? What had she done? Right? Like, what had she accomplished other than winning office? Okay, sure. But, every 2 years, 435 people in the country do that too. So I don't get why that one member of the House was your hero and not the other 434. Okay, that doesn't even make sense, but at least you know now. And then another one said, after 6 months, I was like, man, this is one of the worst people I've ever met. I'm going to move back to South Carolina. Have you ever met a person just so toxic that you're not just thinking, wow, this person's toxic, I'm going to get away from them, but your reaction is, I'm going to move to a different state to get away from this toxic ass person? Because apparently that's what happened to that staffer. But the consensus is clear. There is something wrong with Nancy Mace, and Nancy Mace needs to get help for whatever it is that is wrong with her, whatever caused it, whatever triggers it. It doesn't matter. There are people trained to help. And Nancy Mace is ignoring that. And of course, as these staffers point out, continuing to get worse because she refuses to help herself get better. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.